Hi YouTube, I'm the developer of Aetherdrift along with my partner, and we've been working on this mod for the last couple of months now. I'm very excited to show it off. Okay, now I'm doing a showcase world, so I'm just going to show you everything. We don't have that much time to show all the features of the mod, but I want to just give like a rough overview of each of the progressions it adds. First one is the main one. It's in the name Aether. So this is the Aether progression. It starts with an Aether filter, which produces your crude Aether, and you get the Aether distillation tower, which distills the crude Aether into different types of Aether, which you then polymerize, and then it lets you duplicate items using Aether polymer, and it also lets you make items almost unbreakable. This is because the Aether stuff has very low durability. So here's our Ethereal Sword, Miku Blades, Aether Chainsaws. Aether Chi Blades are cool, they're a passive effect thing. It's these two blades that sit next to you, and they passively do slashes. I'm gonna turn down the volume on that. You're also, this is recommended for if you're a human. So I'm already a human. This is just regular Minecraft. Aether gives you ethereal tools. Miku Blades look like this. Hands. It's like cyberpunk, cyber the mantis blades, more or less. And it gives you the artificer armor and ether shock. Oh, and here's the vehicles. So there's a surfboard, which it works on water. Don't have any water with me. And there's a gyrodyne, which is a little car you can fly around. It also flies in the air. Artificer armor. Leggings get rid of your fall damage. Feet give you clouds while you sneak, and the helmet gives you night vision. So this is cloud. And this stuff has low durability, but if you get to the Aether integrator, then you can make it unbreaking 67. And finally, there's the Aether Charge Totem, which gives you 30 seconds of Aether Shock, but also a bunch of buffs. Aether Shock, when the 30 seconds runs out, you'll receive some damage, but I'm gonna go on to the next thing. And the damage you'll see later. Here's the shark progression. You start with bait blocks, and you start using auto fishers. This is the basic auto fisher. You slowly upgrade by catching more and more fish. You'll get to the shark fisher and the dolphin fisher, and this guy processes dolphins. So that's the Aether Shock. It deals you 5 damage, 5 hearts when you finish. There's the dolphin stuff. And here's the endgame shark progression. The mainly do the helmet is cool. Makes you a little shark. The shark tooth sword is also a good weapon. Here is the vehicle. Here's the shark tooth sword in your hand. It's a big shark sword. Here's the vehicle recommended for shark users. It's the Clamorous Ironclad. This is a magic card, magic vehicle. But it's not very fast. However, it does have a lot of health, so you can use this to storm into battle. And this is the Shark Origin. Neptune's Bounty gives you a bit of defense, you lose a heart in exchange, and you're a little bit taller than the regular player. Put all that back now. Here's the goblins. Goblins was my boyfriend's idea. It gives you all this stuff, which really just uses green dye. It's the goblin machine. This goblin machine produces green dye over time. If you have about 600,000 green dye, you can make a goblin blocklin, which gives you infinite green dye. So you could just make a bunch of goblin machines and eventually get one of these guys. And for that, you've got the goblin slingshot, which uses goblin blocklins as ammo, like a bow. Goblin Glider, and Boommobile are the vehicles for that. And the race for this is the Goblin Apple. Makes you a goblin. Goblins are very small, 1 block tall. Their vehicle is the Boommobile. Little car with TNT. I'll drive it off a little far because when you punch it, there's a chance that, yep, it's gonna explode. Oh no. Okay. And here's the Goblin Glider. It's got flight mode and glide mode. There's flight mode, there's glide mode, except this. It can go back to a human. Okay. Here is Cyberware. Cyberware is recommended for, so here you use a scrap processor to process scrap that you get from, there's a little mini boss that spawns, but I'm just showcasing stuff now. There's the module assembler, which assembles modules. No, you can't see the full GUI. Assembles modules, and then with the modules you put them into the cyber surgeon. And I've got a couple modules to showcase. The recommended origin for this is construct. You can use any, like, you don't have to be a goblin to use the goblin stuff and such, but it is built for that. So we've got enhanced reflexes. Enhanced reflexes gives you, it lets you sneak with no slowdown, and it gives you no fall damage. There's the 2 mining modules. The diamond mining module increases your mining speed, so it can mine pretty fast. Construct is a lot bigger than the regular player. Combat reflexes lets you attack with a faster attack speed. I mean, you can't really tell because I don't have a sword or anything in hand. Combat reflexes gives you a lot faster attack speed. Cyber surgery deals 5 damage to you when you do it. Extender limbs grants you extra step height, so look, I can step onto something like this, and it also gives you an extra couple blocks of reach. It's quite good for PvP. And the final one is Gorilla Arms, which gives you a lot more attack strength and knockback. Gonna go back to a human. Return to human resets all cyberware and race things. Oh, and here's the blueprints. You get blueprints from compacting scrap. You kill constructs in the wild and you'll find construct scrap. You input that here and then you output that. And this is the crafting recipe. The scrap processor. Okay. This is showcasing all the small origins. So I've already shown off Goblin, but here's the Ewok. Ewok is become a little bit shorter, so you can walk under 1 block gaps if you crouch only. The rabbit is shorter still. Rabbit is you can go down, but also you have luck. The rot ball is for ant. The ant can go under these half blocks, and this house is ant-sized. So got a little bed here, got a chest, all this stuff. If you're an ant and you're playing on a multiplayer server, you can live in this tiny house while all your friends are like maybe giant in constructs and such. And finally, no, sorry, that was the cockroach. This is the ant. The ant is tiny. It's meant to be annoying even to cockroach players. So you can't get up blocks without jumping. You can't jump over full blocks. Cockroach is just ant is just really annoying. But you can be really small. Where'd my state go? Sorry. Economy, you grow, the basis of economy is this thing called green plant. Now, with green plant, you mine it all. Um, you can find this naturally in the wild. Alternatively, you can craft it with any flower surrounded by green dye. And you can sell this in an item seller to get copper coins. You do this in a crafting table with copper coins to get the next tier of coins. And what would you use coins for? You can use them in the Dragon Rush machine. So I'm just gonna grab one of these coins. Dragon Rush machine. You can put in. It uses one of the coins that you put in. Am I gonna get a win? No. That works with all the coin types. Maybe we'll get a jackpot on the netherite coin. Oh, tiny one, but we got money. And it's pretty good. This is very addictive, obviously. Beer vending machine. Can use your money to get beer. Gotta be nauseous for the next 30 seconds. The vodka vending machine, you can use the gold coin to get vodka. I'm not gonna drink this because it marks you for death, which means you'll die after 1 minute regardless of creative mode, survival mode, etc. But it's pretty yummy. Oh, the nauseous got very nice. With the green plant, you can also craft a bunt. This gets you pretty weeded. Can't really see, but there's a blunt sticking out of my character's eye. Depends on your Minecraft skin, can better align on some people. But see the weed, it goes away when you get rid of the bunt. Paladin progression. Back to more fun stuff. It starts with the Holy Cross. Deals, you use it on undead creatures and it'll deal extra damage to them, and it'll give you these lost souls you can eat, and you can also use them to craft these things. The cudgel and the silver mace are similar to the Holy Cross, except they're also just weapons. These are axes, the silver hammer, the tenderizer, and the winged hammer. The silver hammer is kind of the upgraded version of the cudgel and the Holy Cross thing. It does the sparkly thing. The tenderizer is the second best melee option. Does this slash effect, and it gives you saved souls, which you can use to craft the winged hammer. Winged hammer does that. Instantly kills any undead things. As long as the creature is undead, instantly died. Now to the shotguns. The assault shotgun it shoots salt. Shoots a thing of salt. It's got a 5-second cooldown. The salt does increase damage when the target is undead. It doesn't give you any souls. The incense shotgun does a triple blast of incense. It looks like in hand. Incense does a lot of damage to undead creatures. Incense shotgun's one of my favorite weapons from the mod. We've got the warding sensor and the holy sensor. These are like AoE passive effects. Oh no. This one they both give you 10 defense, but the warding slows you down because it's the less upgraded. It shoots incense like that again. And the holy sensor, boy, over here. Holy sensor does a little AoE blast effect as well, similar to the axe. Holy Sensor is probably the best weapon in the game, but it's only effective against the undead, whereas this axe is useful for, it's like also a good axe. Here are our cosmetic options. It adds a bunch of cosmetic options as well. You know, come in most of them are wings. So here's V1's wings from Ultra Kill. They also let you wall run, but there's no walls nearby, so I can't really wall run. They do let you wall run though, you just gotta believe me. There's another video on the channel of the wall running. There's some steampunk wings. These ones give you slow falling. They're quite easy to get. They're made of copper and leather, but they look alright. There's the burger hat, which gives you hunger, but also speed, because there's a burger dangling in front of your head, so you're hungry. You want to run towards the burger. There's the Caped Baldy costume. This is the Saitama from One Punch Man. Gives you glowing, but it makes you pretty strong as well. There's the John Pork skin, which turns you into John Pork. Feeling porktastic, and piglins don't attack you. And here's the cockroach hide. This is for if you're the cockroach race specifically, you'll be a very small cockroach. But cucaracha, cucaracha, da 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 da. Yeah, something like that. Alright, here is elemental crystal ore. You need an iron pickaxe to mine it. But with that, you get elemental crystals, and you can turn elemental crystals into the 6 different types of elements. There's fire, nature, water, light, darkness, and void. Void will use all the crystals to make it. These are all the fire elemental swords. This is fire. This is like fire in green, fire in blue, fire in white, fire in black, and fire in void, etc. Goes down for all of these till you get to the true void. I'll show you just one of the swords. They all have their own abilities. Fire one shoots fireballs. Eden is a cool one. It's like a Zweihander model. It makes this little safe zone around you. It's got a big cooldown there, but it gets you out of a sticky situation. All the void swords are the strongest. I'll show you fire just because it's the least destructive. But they're all the void swords are the strongest of the elemental swords. Fire does like this shower of fireballs and meteors falling down. And if you hit a target that's on fire, so if they're touching one of these, they get set on fire. It deals 10 extra damage and they get extinguished. So 10, yeah. 10 damage that's unblockable and it extinguishes the fire. And finally we have the True Swordsman progression, which is you start with one of these 2 swords. The Kendo sword is most popular on the servers that I've played with this. If you break the sword from combat, I'm not going to do that now, but if you break the sword from combat, and the Makohito are both tier 1, on both basic swords. If you break it from combat, you get the skills for the next tier, and it unlocks it. So you can use these ones don't have any special abilities. The Rapier is good because it deals increased damage with the less armor that you wear, and this is armor piercing damage. So if you're wearing no armor and your opponent's wearing really heavy armor, you still pierce through all their armor anyway, and it doesn't matter. Kind of makes it a fair fight. After you kill the Master Ronin, he's like a mini boss. Oh shit. After you kill the monster Ronin, you get the sword skills for tier 3 swords, which is the katana, and you use the katana to craft the high frequency blade and use the high frequency blade to craft the Murasama. So we've got katanas here. Katana is just an improved kendo sword with the dash ability. The high frequency blade does these slashes, does armor piercing damage as well. And the Murasama is the best melee sword in the game. It does these big slashes when you hit something. And that's about it. It's more or less the whole one. The download link will be in the description. It's on CurseForge as Aetherdrift as well. Okay, see you.